Welcome back to the channel, everybody. It's windy. We're in Idaho, really far south in Idaho right now, and we're actually at the start of kind of a bigger trip. So we're about, I think, 3 miles or so from the Idaho-Nevada border in Rabbit Springs, Idaho. Now, this is a spot that I've been to before. I was here, I think, 13 months ago, and it was really hot. I want to say it was over 100. I was on a long drive, and I stopped to pull over, and, well, I found a lot of agate. And I think you're going to be excited when I show you where we're camping tonight. It's kind of interesting. There's a lot of material, and we'll be doing some night hunting here. Let me show you what this stuff looks like. That right over there, that's US 93. You can kind of see here, it's out here in the sagebrush. BLM land. And well, you see all these brown rocks here? It's all agate. Now, some of this will be fluorescent under a long wave UV light. It kind of reminds me of the fire agates in Arizona without the fire. These are actually parts of Thundereggs, which is kind of cool, but we're missing complete eggs, of course, here. Look at that. That's kind of good. Of course, we'll be breaking out the UV light and hunting into the evening. Sarah found some whole ones over there. We got to get our stuff set up. The sun's going down. Look at those cactuses. So this is a great example of the black basalt here, and that is a Thunderegg in there. We might have to chip away at this thing in the morning, but it's just, there's just such an incredible abundance here. Probably gonna fill a 2-gallon pail in no time. Look at all that craziness. Crazy. These little chips here. So abundant. Sarah's over there saying that there's more out in the sagebrush. That's pretty cool, just to be able to scoop up that many agates in one hand. A nice botryoidal texture. These. I think, yeah. This will be really interesting to come over and check out with, look at it all, with the black light, you know? Impressive little finds. Let's see that. Oh, yeah. Is that all dirt in there? That is all dirt in there. Very cool. Sunset's lovely. Look at that. Kind of smoky. Still nice, though. That's pretty good. Yeah, you can see these guys here. Oh, look, check that out. That just fell apart. Very cool. I got a nice, like, oh, yeah. It's funny because, see that truck right over there? That's the highway. These little halves that are sticking out are very deceptive, right? Because you can like come by and be like, oh, that's a half. Or is it a hole? Right at the tent, by the way. Let's see if this one is UV reactive. Yeah. Still pretty light out. Kind of cool. That's the moon over there. Let's just look here, see what we can see. You can see all the little green bits. Yeah, look at that. There we go. Hey, Sarah, do you want to help? You want to pop these out? Like, look at that. Check that one out right there. That one's pretty good. I mean, really, like, almost...
It's pink.
Oh, hey. Yeah, that one's kind of like an orange.
Orange pink, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can really see up close just how green some of these are. The light I'm using is a 365 nanometer UV beast light. And I've tested these with the shortwave, a 254 nanometer light, and it's not that great. Check this guy out. That one's pretty good. Look at that. Oh, hey. Yeah, that is really good. Awesome. Yeah, they can really set off on the UV. How about this guy? What's that? No, not so much. Yeah, it's almost like some of the smaller ones are like really... Oop, I dropped it. Are really reactive. If you haven't watched my video on... Sorry, camera goes a little out of focus as we go from... There we go. If you haven't watched my video on UV reactive rocks and minerals, you absolutely should. It's pretty good. It'll kind of explain what's happening here. That's what those two look like under the UV. And here they are illuminated. I guess they're both kind of neat.
Yeah.
Let's take those. Let's throw those in the bucket. Yeah, it's easy just to pick these up and get them. Anyways, you guys get it. Pretty cool. We're running out of light here, so the video is not going to be too great. But I'll catch up with you again in the morning. You know, I'll poke around here, maybe see the drone some, get the drone up. Here, let's look at the bucket. Let's look how green this whole bucket is. Look at that. That's some fun Thundereggs. I think that's pretty good. Well, good morning, everybody. We ended last night in northeast Nevada, and well, crazy windstorm happened. Like, push us in the tent and everything. Extreme wind. So rather than letting the wind break the tent, we decided to pack it up, hit the road at like 3 a.m., right? And go to our next location, which we're at right now. But I need to wrap up this jackpot video. Let me flip you around. Kind of had to cut it short, but we'll look at the stuff real quick. So I really wanted to chisel into this kind of more glassy basalt, because you can see we have a Thunderegg right there. So there probably could be more in there. So I just grabbed a whole one and we can work on that. Here's the stuff that we picked up. Almost a whole 2-gallon bucket. That's like, 1 3/4 gallon of Thundereggs. So we got a whole bunch more spots to hit out here. We're in Utah now, and well, we'll have to get these things cleaned up back in the shop. I'll see you there. Well, that trip out to Rabbit Springs was quite the trip. It was just the start, the first stop on a bigger trip, and the rockhounding there is excellent, except, well, the dust windstorm was not. I've only experienced winds like that on the Oregon, Washington coast, and except replace the rain with little tiny rocks and dust, and it was like getting sandblasted. It was quite the experience to have to pack up in the middle of the night and be like, no, we're out. But overall, I would say the rockhounding is good. I would like to make a correction. I believe I referred to the host rock as basalt, which it is not. This actually has its own name, which I'll throw on the screen because I will mispronounce it. But it's essentially a mixture of obsidian and rhyolite, and that's why we have this kind of volcanic glass-like features to it. So that's what this is. And then I got that big boulder, which I smashed apart, and the Thundereggs that I just got these 2 Thundereggs out of it. So not super worth it to do exploring into the host rock down there. Now, in the video I mentioned that I had been there in the past. This was what I got before when I went down to the Rabbit Springs area, or as passing through on the highway, and just picked up some of these agates. Now, I do have some cut stuff in the house, but this is what I picked up previously, and I might be discarding some of this material now because this is what we brought back. Now, some of this material is quite cool looking, okay? And kind of this almost like botryoidal chalcedony in here. Very pretty material, some very bright stuff. There'll be great photos of this up on the website, and we can look at it all in detail up there, but there's a lot of sorting that has to be done. So now this stuff is very, like you saw, is very UV reactive. Even under a bright light here in the shop, you can see that reaction. Let's hit the lights here. And look at that. That's awesome. Very, very good. So I'm going to select some choice specimens here to go into the display in the house. A couple of pieces with that are fluorescing this kind of bright orange, which is fun. Usually, in my experience, we get that out of calcite, which there absolutely could be here, but you can see back here, all of this stuff is very UV reactive material. Let's look at a couple more pieces up close. So these were all of the complete Thundereggs that we picked up. Now, granted, we didn't spend much time there. It was really kind of more on the way, but you could certainly spend some time digging there and cutting this stuff, which I've done, and you do get some neat Thundereggs out of it. I almost kind of prefer these broken pieces, though. They almost make for a nicer specimen, just to kind of look at them and be like, that's really, really cool looking, and that's just my opinion, Look at a couple more of these. That one's not that great. But yeah, you can certainly see a lot more now that they're all clean. Some of these, like this, I might cut that face off and just polish it so it's kind of like the finished unfinished, I guess would be a good way to put it. So great material. Me and Sarah are going to come out here and sort through it all. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. Highly recommend the spot, mostly because it's right off the highway. I probably wouldn't have driven super far out of the way to go here. You know, I feel like there's an abundance of material in southern Idaho, Utah, Nevada. Why I wouldn't have driven 10 miles down a gravel road for this, but man, for a place to camp right off of the highway, and you know, that one kind of looks like there's a Thunderegg attached to it. For a place to camp right off of the highway, it's pretty dang good, and the material is crazy abundant. Well, I think with that said, we're going to wrap this one up. I appreciate y'all for coming by, watching the videos, and enjoy. Check out the website, currently rockhounding.com. There'll be links down below. Thank you so much for watching my entire video. If you like what I'm doing here on the channel and you would like to support the work that I'm doing even further, you can do so by becoming a channel member down below by just hitting the join button. Doing so will give you access to a growing library of videos and posts, and it really goes a long way in supporting the channel. So thank you so much for coming by. I appreciate each and every one of you.